Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Near Protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see we have a very nice impulsive wave here from the bottom in February 2024, just last month, into the second fib level here at $8.28. We did give you this resistance in the previous update, I believe, and if you were looking to swing trade, you could have possibly secured a 20% discount already. Now, the Fibonacci that we have on the chart is set up from the bear market bottom in October last year all the way up to this February 2023 local top. And we exploded through that perfectly, ran into the 1.414, retracement back to the local top, and then a really impulsive breakout to the second fib level, even going past the 1.618 here. So what I would be envisioning right now for Near Protocol is, of course, a healthy retracement. Worst case scenario would be $4.47 in my opinion. Retesting this top that we printed in December 2023 would be pretty ideal in my opinion. Yes, it would be a bit of a like a 50% drop from the local top here at almost $9, but that's still a possibility. Now, if you're looking for a more conservative entry, I would say $5.52, which is the 1.618 here. And you can see we did struggle a bit getting through that level, but then we exploded regardless. So it's either going to be, of course, you also have this top from August 2022. So it's either going to be the 1.414, you can set up some buy limit orders there. It's either going to be the $5.52 range. Those are the two optimal entries that I would have for you. Of course, if we have a black swan event, you're going to see a massive crash and massive wicks to the downside. So at that point, it's a free-for-all. You should, buy as much as you can. Of course, not financial advice, but considering and assuming that the conditions of the market are not going to be very volatile in terms of like black swan events and flash crashes, then these two levels are really good for entries if you don't have any Near Protocol. Now, on our Patreon, we were getting into Near Protocol throughout this bear market over here, and our average is around $1.50 something. So this is our average entry, and we're not looking to top up any more Near. I'm staking on the ledger, so I don't need to buy any more Near. That's why it doesn't really matter what Near does, at least to me and to some of my patrons. But for those of you who did not buy any Near Protocol tokens, then of course you want to find some good entry points. And I would say, personally, $5.50 is a bit too expensive. I would not be getting into that, although a 10x from there is possible, in my opinion. It is possible. I would look at $4.44, and if the price doesn't dip that low, then so be it. Just look for a different altcoin. There are other options that haven't pumped as much as Near has. And also look at this top, the August 2022 top that we broke above here. And if we could actually retest it as support, that would be perfect. That falls in line with where the 20 EMA is on the daily and the 1.618. So that's the little bit of a breakdown that I have for you on the daily chart. Of course, after that, you can target $11.06, $12.87. You can target this top at roughly $17 from April 2022. But I would just be careful getting in at these higher prices, because obviously we've already gone up quite impulsively, almost 10x here for Near Protocol, like a 9x if you want to be accurate about the percentages. So it's 817%, roughly a 9x, and we've done well. We've done quite well with Near Protocol. If we take a look at the RSI, we got overbought here. This was a good time to either take some profits if you were looking to do that. It was a good time to swing trade based on the RSI and based on the price action here. But if you didn't do that, that's fine. Like, I'm not swing trading myself. I don't want to be risking my assets that way during a bull market. And we are pulling back down. I would look at this level over here as a nice support. Let me actually bring out a different trend line there. There we go. So that would be a nice support for us to hold. We did bounce from there in February, and we could bounce from there one more time and have another impulsive move to the upside. So that's something you can look at, but generally speaking, you can wait until the RSI is down here in the overbought, just like it was, almost was in the overbought in January and in October, in August. So if you're looking to get into near, I would say wait until that happens. And by that time, you're probably going to have a good entry point based on the price action chart. So we're probably going to be below $5 to that point, if that, of course, happens. Of course, we can just pump from the 20 EMA, have a bounce, and get to $12 tomorrow. Anything can happen. So this is why it is very important that you have entered during the bear market if you have. And I want to nail this down as much as possible, because this way you will actually understand and learn from your mistakes, because that's what I did. I didn't understand that we should be buying during bear markets, but then when I came to that realization, of course, now we are reaping rewards because of that. So let's switch over to the weekly chart to take a look at the long-term targets. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, you can see we are struggling to get through the golden ratio here at $6.43, the 0.618. This was a pretty strong resistance level, and we have a very, very big wick here above the golden ratio. So a lot of selling pressure coming into near above the golden ratio, and I assume that's just people, you know, either taking profits, or it's people who probably got in at these levels over here, right? And they're just looking to dump their tokens with minimal profit. That's also a possibility, but personally, I don't mind the fact that NEAR isn't exploding like some other altcoins, even though this is an explosion, you could say, but it's just not going in a parabola and doing something like this. I want healthy uptrends. I want healthy growth. So a retracement from here would be really good. Like I said, you can target the December peak here, which is sitting at, on the weekly chart, it's sitting at $3.82, because the weekly candle closure is what we're targeting. You can also take a look at the wicks here, but based on the weekly candle closure, that would be your support at $3.82. Right now, it seems that we're holding the August high. If we're able to do that, if we're able to consolidate here between the golden ratio and the August high, and we can have the EMAs catch up in the meanwhile, that would be perfect, but that doesn't seem very realistic, if I'm being honest. So $4.52, another great entry based on this Fibonacci at the 0.5, and the fib here is set up from the bear market bottom all the way up to the all-time high, and we're looking at $10.58, we're looking at $19.98, and then we're looking at $44.82 as our minimal target during the bull market. Of course, we have a higher target at $68, but we don't know if we can go that high. I would probably say the 40 to 50 to $55 billion market cap is doable for NEAR protocol. Anything above that, take all those predictions with a pinch of salt, because you do not want to be someone's exit liquidity. So it's better to sell closer to the top rather than trying to wait for the top and sell at the exact top, because that way you're not going to be caught off guard by a bear market correction. Because once you're selling during an uptrend, you're taking profits along the way, and then your average is going to be somewhere in the middle. So let's say you sell some at 20, at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60. Your average is going to be somewhere at, let's say, 40, $35-ish, which is a really, really good exit, right? Your dollar cost averaging into a project and then your dollar cost averaging out of a project. If you sell all at once, you can do that too, but just understand if you sell all at $40, you have nothing to sell at 50, 60, or even 70, for example, if we get there. So that's the mindset that I have for taking profits. And if you want to take a look at some of the exit strategies we've done for some coins on Patreon, feel free to do that. But if we switch over to the oscillators here, look at the RSI, very overextended. Very overextended. We're getting more volume, and I think it's possible that NIR is going to have another bounce with the Nvidia press conference, with that event that they have, because the NIR founder or co-founder is going to be participating in that, and he is going to be addressing the public, so we might get some bullish news regarding NIR protocol. We're waiting for that. That's actually why a lot of the AI projects are pumping, so we'll see if they have some sort of a maybe partnership coming, or maybe some update, or maybe something to do with the AI space. We don't know. But it is exciting, and based on the weekly RSI, this is definitely not a buy. This is not a buy, because some people are going to come into the comments of the YouTube videos and they'll be like, oh, should I buy NIR right now? Well, if the RSI is sitting over here on the weekly chart, 83, then you should not be buying there. I did not have a lot of people coming and asking, should I buy NIR protocol when we were down here? Right, there were only a few people coming in and watching the videos and actually getting into the projects. But when we're doing these massive moves, now people want to get into NIR protocol all of a sudden. So be careful buying in these local tops. You don't want to be someone's exit liquidity. Look into other projects that still haven't pumped, or just wait for a pullback. That's what I would be doing. Don't let FOMO and greed take over you, because you're going to lose your money. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what is your average entry point into NIR protocol, and let me know what are your targets for the bull market. Stay safe and take care.